Okay, number 78, again, true false question. I'm going to go to the whiteboard to do it. So we're on 78. Let me write this down for you. 78. And what they're claiming is that the antiderivative of a hyperbolic sine cubed is going to be 1/4 hyperbolic sine to the 4th power over x plus c. Well, that looks pretty strange, doesn't it? So let's take a look, and I want to just review a few things with you. One thing I want to review with you is that, hyperbolic cosine of x, and you should probably know two things at this point: e to the x plus e to the minus x over 2. You should know that, certainly. And you should know that the hyperbolic sine, whoops, I'm so used to writing sine down, it's hard to write hyperbolic sine, is equal to e to the x minus e to the minus x over 2. All right, so that's one thing you probably should know. And I'm going to square those guys and see what happens. So let's cosine. Well, before I do that, what I'm going to just show you the derivatives. So the derivative of the hyperbolic cosine. Well, I think I can look at that and realize, just looking at it, it's going to be e to the x minus e to the minus x. So it's really just hyperbolic sine. That was easy. And I want to go to the derivative d dx of the sine, hyperbolic sine. And that looks like it's just going to be cosine, hyperbolic cosine. Yeah, pretty reasonable, isn't it? Let's go through the other thing, because I've seen cubes there, antiderivatives, derivatives, yada, yada, yada. So let's talk about the hyperbolic cosine squared. And what would that give me? I'm going to square that. I would get a 4 on the bottom. I would get e to the 2x. And then I would get plus 2. And then I would get plus e to the minus 2x. Let me look up at the hyperbolic sine now. Square it. That's 4. Get e to the 2x. Let's see, minus 2 plus e to the minus 2x. So what do I know right now? I know that the hyperbolic cosine of x squared minus the hyperbolic, this is an identity. Again, some people say you should memorize identities. I don't really think so. I think you should be able to derive them. Again, if I was working with them all the time, I'd know them. So looking at that over there, if I just did a subtraction, when you get, an awful lot of things disappear, I get 4 over 4, which is 1. That's an important fact now. All right, so what do I do? I know derivatives. I know these derivatives over here, and I got an identity. And I'm going to use that to integrate this guy. All right, so hyperbolic sine cubed. Write this over here. Well, I'm going to borrow, this reminds me of things we've done with trig before, the sine squared. I'm sorry, hyperbolic sine, keep saying that. Okay, that's done. And then I'm looking at that, and what do I notice about it? I notice this thing, I can use an identity to rewrite that. And I would see this as, let's see, that would be hyperbolic cosine of x squared. Let's see, minus 1. And then I would have hyperbolic sine. All right, let's see if I did that right. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm going to make a u substitution now. Because that u is equal to hyperbolic cosine of x. So du Again, we just did the derivative before. It's going to be the hyperbolic sine of x dx. Let's put this down. And what do you get there? We get u squared minus 1 du. What's it going to give you? U cubed over 3 minus u plus some constant of integration over here. What's u? U is hyperbolic cosine. Cubed over 3 minus hyperbolic cosine of x plus c. And they claim that was equal to this over here. Clearly not, all right? Not the case. So what do we got? It's false. False statement. All right? Thank you so much.